Hi everyone, it's Denise. I wanted to give everybody a quick little overview on how to use Google Calendars. As you know, we use Google Calendars at our school for the different various checkouts of technology. We have a Chromebook cart and an iPad cart that you can check out through Google Calendar, as well as seeing the availability of classes in the Library Media Center. So Google Calendar is a great way to have multiple people or any people being able to view and edit and change things on a shared calendar. So first things first, how to get to it. Obviously, most of you already know that on the Daily Roar, there are links to the different calendars. But you can actually get to Google Calendar without having to go to those links. So if you are in your Chrome browser and you go to your Google Apps, the little waffle tile of tiles, it is going to be one of your apps options. So if you go to Google Calendar, you can just click on Calendar. And anytime you go to Calendar, you're going to see any calendars that you are subscribed to. So in this case, you all as teachers or classified staff have access to the different shared calendars that I have created in the library. So on the left-hand side, you will always see the different calendars that you are subscribed to. I am the owner of these calendars, which is why all of these school calendars are under my calendars, because I'm the one that created them. As you can see, the one with my name on it is my personal calendar, my personal Google Calendar. Everybody has one of those. If there's a check mark next to the calendar, then that means that that calendar is viewable at this moment. If I uncheck it, then the calendar is not viewable. So you can have different calendars checked at the same time and be able to see the events overlapped on one another. So it's kind of like layers. So you have to imagine each calendar is a different layer, which is why they're all in different colors. Some people like that, but it can also be confusing when you're trying to figure out which entries are on which calendar, and you got to match up the colors. So you can always uncheck any calendar to view the events on just that one. So if I just wanted to see the Library Media Center calendar and who had signed up for different things, then I would uncheck everything except for that calendar. Now, you might notice that for you on your Google calendars, the Chromebook cart, iPad cart, or Media Center calendar might be down here under Other. That's because these are calendars that I belong to, but that I did not create. So they are shared with me. So they all work the same way. You just might have to look in a little bit slightly different spot to find the calendar that you're looking for. The important part is how to add an event. So this is, sometimes we get a lot of people that swear they've added an event into the calendar, but nobody else can see it, yet they can see it on theirs. And this is what you need to do when you're adding a new event to a calendar. So I'm going to go over here to the plus sign, and when I click it, this box is going to pop up. This is the add event calendar. The other way, there's two ways to do it, is I can double click in the calendar and this little mini box is going to pop up. Either one is fine. This mini box doesn't give you quite as many options for times and different things. So if you choose to use the mini box, you can always hit this more options button to get to the full version. But let's start with the mini box first. So first thing is I'm going to put my class name or the event that I'm doing. So let's say I want to reserve library checkout time for my class. So I'm going to put the title of that so everybody knows what it is. This is where I can change the date and the time. And finally, here's the important part. Down here, this little section here, it shows me which calendar this event is going to go on. So if I want this event to go on the Library Media Center calendar, I'm going to check that one. If I want this to be a Chromebook checkout, I would switch to that calendar. If it says your name under here, under calendar, then it's going to go on your personal calendar. And that is not something that I or anybody else has access to except for you. So when you're putting events in, you need to make sure that you are selecting the correct calendar for the event. And then simply you would hit save. If you need to add some more details about what you're checking out or your appointment, if you click on more options, we get this big box again. So you can set out from the big box, you can do things like set up repeats. So if this is something you're going to be at every day or every week, you can set up repeats from there. Again, We don't really need to put in locations or conference things, but you can put in a notification. So let's say you want to be reminded, 10 minutes before that it's your library time, or you want to be reminded of different things like that. You can even have it send you an email reminder. So those are handy features that you can add if you so wish. Again, you can change which calendar you're posting to. So just be aware of what calendar it's going to. You can even change the color if you wish. And you can add a description. So if you are checking out the Chromebooks, for example, but you don't need both carts, you just want to check out one cart, you could add this as a note in there to make sure everybody knows that there's another cart that's still available. And if you're doing a invite where you want other people to be tagged or invited to this event, you can always add guests, and it will send them a reminder or an invite to that session. So once you have filled in all the things that you want, you can hit save, and then you will see your event in there. And then I always do a test just to make sure it's on the right calendar. I always make sure at the end I uncheck everything except for the calendar that I'm working on. And if the event that I just added is on that calendar, then I know I did it correctly. If I uncheck the calendar and my event is still there, then I know I've put it on the wrong calendar, and I'm going to want to go in and edit that or do it again the correct way. So I hope this tutorial helps. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.